Hey folks, it's Teresa from Stringfield Ridge Farm. There's Lee back there. No shirt, of course, so I'm not going to get a close-up. Y'all don't want to see that. But we're out here today tilling up a couple of spots for pumpkins. Gons and Tracy from Leap of Faith Homestead had given us a couple of Cherokee Tam pumpkins. Lee is tilling us up a couple of spots on each side of my cottage herb garden. There's that. My cottage herb garden is doing really good. I'm going to show you that too today. And where he's tilling up on each side. Now my cottage herb garden is back to Eden. On each side of that, we had started to do back to Eden, but we never got enough wood chips in there, so he's just going to go ahead and till it under for now. So it is maybe a week or two late for pumpkins, but I don't think it's just absolutely too late. So we're going to get them started and see how they do. That is actually one of those volunteer tomato plants, and it's already got a couple of little tomatoes coming on it. There they are. That's doing really good. I actually think it is doing better than the tomatoes I planted from seed, which they're doing good. They're not doing bad at all. They're doing good. But this volunteer is doing better than them. There is my comfrey I got from Granny B. It's doing great. And there's my herbs around a tomato. There's a tomato in the middle of that. That is the orange amaranth tomato. And I've got herbs planted all around that in the cinder blocks. Of course, my pole beans, and they are climbing all the way up. They are doing really good, climbing all the way up. Some marigolds are starting to bloom. And I've got several various tomatoes and pepper plants out there just scattered. Now there is some weeds in my garden. I need to get out here and weed some more. But as you can see, the Back to Eden garden does pretty good with weeds. There's still going to be some weeds, but not nearly as bad, and they're easier to pull up. They're real easy to pull out of the ground. So I do like the Back to Eden myself. Now we don't really have enough wood chips in it. We need more wood chips and stuff for a Back to Eden, for newspaper underneath, and then leaves, and then wood chips. And but it's not really deep enough to prevent most of the weeds. We're just getting it started good. There are a lot of little weeds, but as you can see, not too many, and they're really easy to pull up. That is red-veined sorrel. Now, I did have a dispute over that. Someone had shown their red-veined spinach, and I said it looks just like my red-veined sorrel. And I had a few people kind of argue back and forth a little bit about whether it was spinach or sorrel. I went and got my package out, and it is from M.I. Gardner, and it does say red-veined sorrel. And I figured out for sure it is red-veined sorrel by the taste test. Because I did have the package. I looked at the package, but okay, maybe something got in the wrong package. But I done the taste test, and it does have kind of a almost lemony, spicy lemony flavor. And the spinach would just taste like spinach. We all know what spinach tastes like. Lee doesn't like spinach. But this is red-veined sorrel. I also have some over here in the pot. It's the same thing. I just planted some in the ground and some left in a pot. But that is red-veined sorrel. Now, I have some nasturtiums back there. And my stevia plant that I got from Mark and Jamie at Red Duchess Farm. And it's doing really good. Lots of things in here are doing really good. Even the lettuce is surprisingly still doing great. And I'm surprised because it started to get really hot, and I thought the lettuce would be done, but it's still trying. That is the devil backbone lettuce plants. That is one of the plants I got from Kathy at Living Miracle Homestead. And I also want to take the moment to thank all these people who share plants, and we kind of barter and trade and share, and it's just wonderful. I love it. Those are my zinnias. I planted giant zinnias, the cinder block with the orange amaranth tomato, and then there's Thai basil. I think both of those are Thai basil, and sage all around, and then there's a moringa in one of them. There's my garlic. I have started pulling the dirt back away from the garlic to let them grow bigger. Now, here's a bunch of stuff in pots. Just various. There's another moringa. I got that one from Mark and Jamie at Red Duchess Farm, along with a bunch of the flowers. Sage, some mint, more flowers from Red Duchess Farm. Echinacea, I got that from Red Duchess Farm. It's doing really good. A lot of this stuff is doing really, really good. I'm so happy about it. There's some more lettuce. Pepper plant with some weeds in between. All right, more zinnias. I think I'm zoomed in. Oh, sorry, more zinnias that are doing really good. I do not see any of the sunflowers. I put some back here by these zinnias, but I don't see a one. Anyway, there's some lemon basil. Oh, it smells so good. It's doing really good. And some cilantro, doing good. I left some things in pots. I'm trying to do a lot of pot gardening this year in this one. There is my other green bean TP. Doing great, climbing all the way to the top. He's doing good. Blue speckled toperi beans, and it said that they were bush beans with a tendency to climb, and I'd say they're climbing pretty good. They got a pretty good tendency there because they're climbing pretty good on that rail. But they're kind of bushy at the same time. I totally agree with the description. They're kind of bushy, but they're still climbing on that rail. Also, some Thai basil in a pot. Yes, I planted a poblano on each side. So that is a poblano. Yep, there's the sticker. There's the tag. I was like, what did I do? Yeah, poblano. That's my poblano pepper that I just recently got at Lowe's because I couldn't find them anywhere, and I happened to be going through Lowe's and looked over, and they had a bunch of tomato plants and pepper plants together, and I looked over and there was poblano, and I was like, oh, cool, I've been looking for that. And that is purslane. Now, we have purslane that grows wild here, and I've used it before, but it has little bitty yellow flowers on it. And I bought this purslane. It didn't have any blooms, so I assumed it was going to be just like the wild purslane that we have around here. But I decided it was on sale for like $1.50, and so I bought it and brought it home and put it in my little herb garden here, and voila! Look at the beautiful blooms on that thing. And it is purslane because the plant looks like purslane, and it said purslane. But what we have grown wild here has little bitty yellow flowers. So there's different types, and that one is beautiful. And purslane is really, really, really good for you. Purslane has a lot of vitamins and minerals and is really good for you. And you can put that in with salad or greens. But that one is just absolutely beautiful.
Probably like the wild lettuce, where most of them that they show has yellow flowers, but we have the woodland variety that has bluish, kind of purplish tint flowers on it.
Yeah, just different varieties, I guess. There's my other marigolds. I'm kind of asymmetrical. I've got the same exact stuff on one side of this as I do the other. I don't know why. That's just me. I guess I'm very asymmetrical. And everything that I put on this side, I came back and put the same thing on this side. Just about exactly alike. So I didn't plan that. I'm just that way, I guess. Okay, let's see what Lee's got going on up here. This is the other side of my cottage herb garden, where he's got some watermelons already going. And then he is fixing to put in some... Oh, you planted more watermelon there?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's just going to be watermelon.
Oh, okay. This side's going to be watermelon. And the other side's going to be pumpkin.
Jack-o'-lantern pumpkins and Cherokee tan.
All right. Alrighty, there you go. That's what we got going on. And I'll show you his garden real quick. All right, here's Lee's garden. This is the big kind of row crop garden. We've got some cucumbers. And he's got an empty spot. He's was gonna do his peanuts. He's still waiting on them peanuts that's sitting on the table. But anyway, they're gonna go right through there.
I mean, this weather ain't cooperating.
Okay, the weather ain't cooperating for peanuts.
But
we've got pepper plants, a whole bunch of pepper plants, and a few cotton plants. We got those from Mark and Jamie at Red Duchess Farm. Some more tomato plants, more pepper plants, squash, and there's a squash on that one that needs picking. So we got yellow squash. We've got bush green beans. I've got bush pole beans that's climbing on my teepees that you just saw. We've also got pole beans over there, climbing on like a rail.
And then just regular bush beans there.
Regular bush beans is here. Oh, they're looking good. What is this thing? Because I said bush beans here.
That's the purple hull peas.
Purple hull peas.
Yeah,
sorry, purple hull peas.
I've got to get them staked up.
We have a few okra. The okra did not do great. We think that might be where the cow actually come through through here.
I just had to replant.
We did have a cow. The calf got out and come through. Didn't do as much damage as the horse did last year, but he did come through. We think right through here, or you can see a big empty spot, and then over here there's an empty spot in the cabbage. Cabbage, it's about too late for the cabbage. The cabbage didn't do real good, and it's about getting too late, so we're not sure how that's going to work out. There's some tomato plants way down at the end. Here's the cabbage and the broccoli. Now the broccoli, it was a little late on the broccoli, and it's not really doing great, but someone mentioned taking the broccoli leaves and sauteing them down in garlic and butter, and I tried that and it was delicious. So I will probably do some more of that with those. The heads are just not forming real good in there. Okay, so Lee just noticed we have a few little broccolis. That's a pretty good broccoli there. I said they wasn't doing too good, but that's pretty good.
About to start flowering those, so.
Yeah, we're gonna cut them on off, and then these leaves are really good, like I said, to saute in butter and garlic. Chop those up and saute them in butter and garlic. And Lee thinks that he cut those off, that a few more may grow. So we'll leave some of it and let it try to grow some more. We actually have mild temperature today, and possibly, he said, all week. So if we do, they might just come on with it and do a little bit. We have a few little small heads of cabbage there. So maybe they'll go ahead and do good also. We like green beans, and we can a lot of green beans because that's one of our favorite things. So we have lots of green beans going on. And then over here we have radishes that bolted. We're fixing to take that out. He's fixing to clear all that out because we have radishes that bolted. We are going to save a few just for seeds. There's seeds pods on there. We're going to leave a few of the seed pods to get the seeds. And then our onions, we picked a whole lot of the green onions when they were little. The rest of these we are letting them stay and make big onions. There is Lee's big garden. Give us a thumbs up, a comment, and subscribe.